Welcome to Strategic Sundays. Try to say that 10 times with Coach Sherea Vejan. This is our weekly planning strategy session, planning our week. Um, I am going to get right into it. We used to do these on Saturdays. So we're trying something out, switching it to Sundays. This is, I think, our third Sunday. Uh, for those of you who don't know, I am Coach Sherea Vejan. I help individuals achieve their life goals while maintaining a healthy work-life balance through teaching group coaching programs and hosting monthly goal challenges and live events similar to this one. I'm also a published author of over 11 books and journals. I'm the co-founder of the Goal Setters Club, a coaching organization that specializes in goal setting, exploration, plan implementation, and purpose attainment. I'm a certified coach, trainer, and speaker with the John C. Maxwell team and certified DISC behavioral analyst with Maxwell Leadership. Also a mom of 3 adult children, almost a grandma, and wife of over 32 years. So it is safe to say you are in the right space this morning. Our goal is to help you get the most out of your week by planning in advance, to stay on task with the life goals that you set for yourself, to schedule your priorities rather than prioritizing your schedule, to create a consistent routine that will help you get more done throughout the week, to keep you accountable each week by setting aside a specific time to plan, to provide resources and tools that you need to plan a successful week, and to make sure you plan ahead for special holidays, birthdays, and special occasions. So this is actually part 1 of your weekly planning with me, kind of like a review. And then the goal is after this session that you will spend another 1 to 2 hours completing your week, because there are some things that's going to take a little more time, like your weekly meal plan or things like that. Your reflection, you might need more time for that. Eventually, depending on how the time works out, we'll be able to make this a working session. But for right now, it's just going to be more of a review and a guidance on how to plan your week. All right. So before we start, hopefully you are in a quiet space alone without distractions. And then after, you want to, again, block out about an hour to 2.5 hours without distractions. Try not to multitask, no notifications on the phone. Just get it done. That way you plan, and now you just go ahead and execute your plan for the week. Create your mood, whether you need candles or music, comfortable clothes, whatever you need. And then make sure you have all of your materials ready. And then if you need coffee, get your coffee, your water, your green smoothie, whatever you're doing. So if you want to get the course, go ahead and scan the QR code on my right or your left, and that will give you access to all the materials. So today we are going to be using, well, I want to read this scripture. I want to read this quote. Repetition is the key to forming new habits. So each week as you're here with me, we're going to be doing the same thing. I'm going to be repeating the same information. Every week I add a few updates or specific things, but essentially we're going to follow the same formula. And the goal is to establish a regular time and space to plan your upcoming week. So if you come and say, she said that last week. Yeah, I did. And I'm going to say it every week. So I know Myron Golden, one of my online mentors, he said this joke that this pastor had said this sermon. And then the next week he said the same sermon. And the next week he did the same sermon. So they got together and said, hey, did you know you've been preaching the same sermon for the last 3 weeks? He said, yeah, because you haven't mastered that sermon yet. And so the goal is repetition, to make sure that we are in a consistent habit of planning. And so we're going to be using the 2024 daily planner. If you are a part of the 1-year success membership, and also if you purchase the Strategic Sundays, then you have this planner inside of the portal. So make sure you download, I think it says Strategic Sundays Toolkit. So in that toolkit, you'll have your planner, You'll also have your journal, your 2024 goals journal. You'll have a strategic Sunday weekly planner checklist. Also, if you have a business, I've included as a bonus the 2024 business marketing calendar. And then optional, I put mine in a 3-ring binder because I keep them and just kind of review them. And then I also use a prayer journal. I think I might add that to the course too as a little bonus. And then I like this little calendar, celebrate every day. It kind of reminds you of some of those holidays, special holidays like National Donut Day and things like that. As we're planning, and I'm trying to talk slower, which is really hard for me because I'm usually like, wah, wah, wah. I'm trying to talk slower because it is a lot, but don't get overwhelmed. It does get easier. The goal is to do the work, create the list, and then if you create the list, you might be able to delegate some things. So if you're doing your weekly meal plan, and if you plan the whole week and you have all the ingredients and stuff that you need, it's easier to hand that to somebody. Otherwise, instead of saying, "Oh, can you go to the store for me? Let me get this together." But if you have everything together, hey, here's my list. Can you help me with that? Um, so we start with reflection. So every Sunday, I do feel like this is better to do on Saturdays. And again, we were doing it on Saturdays. It's just my time to be before you wasn't working out. And so Sunday mornings kind of work out a little better than that Saturday. It gives me more time to not rush. But when you do these on Saturday, you kind of have an extra day to plan and get what you need. But each um, weekly plan should start with a reflection. And so you are reflecting on last week, what happened. So I'm going to read from your list. It says, why should we reflect? Reflection transforms experiences into insights. By intentionally pausing, we broaden and enrich our thinking. It allows us to refocus on the big picture. It enables examination of positive, neutral, and negative outcomes of our work. Applying the law of reflection. So, again, you want to create a dedicated space for regular and effective moments of pause and reflection. You want to allocate a daily time for reflection. You can reflect every day. Just sit back before you go to bed and say, what happened today? How can I make tomorrow better? In this case, we are like, what happened last week? And how can I make this upcoming week better? And so during these reflective times, you want to ask questions. And inside of the portal, I have a list of reflection questions that you can ask. And you don't want to ask yourself a gang of questions. Basically, you're saying, what happened last week? And what do I not want to happen the upcoming week? Or what happened last week? And how do I duplicate this? How do I add to this and make this happen? Last week was bomb. Last week was awesome. Maybe how can I take that to the next level, right? And so continuous reinforcement of reflection. I like to reflect at the end of the year. I like to reflect at the end of the month. And then you reflect at the end of the week. And it's kind of like, because sometimes we go so fast in life and we don't say what is happening, what's going on, how am I changing, how am I evolving. We just keep going and going and going. So pause and reflection is the time to say, what is happening? Let me recenter myself and let me keep moving, right? And so inside of your planner or inside of your portal, there is a set of reflections. So last week's reflections, next week's expectations. So we're kind of reflect and expect. What was the overall mood of last week? How did I do in respect to my goals? Did I achieve the following last week? And then for next week, could I do anything better next week to see better results? What do I need to stop doing next week to achieve my goals? Am I on track to achieve my goals? So those of you who are saying, this is going to be my best year ever, this is going to be this and that, how are you monitoring that every week? Saying how is this week going? Am I on track? What can I change and switch up? All right. So this is like an example. Last week's reflections. I made changes to my morning schedule. I fell behind in my exercise routine and I felt the impact. I established a new social media account, which has led to a transition in my feeds and posts. I continued refining my social media feed by strategically following and unfollowing specific groups. And then expect next week, I expect to further develop my presence on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Engage in my next challenge, focus on a plant-based lifestyle, commit to publishing a video every day throughout the week. And so you're pretty much saying, here's what happened last week, here's what I want to happen this week. Me, for this week, I said I felt a bit overwhelmed, yet driven, informed, and accomplished. I felt scared, but ready. I started week 1 of the 12-week year. I also started a 365-day giving challenge. So I'm giving one thing every day. I did not exercise at all, not one bit. I just stared at the treadmill. Next week, expectations to participate more in groups that I'm a part of, to have more energy, to drink more water. Next week, I want to experience the sound of Shopify. My phone went off last night. My daughter said, "Hey, did you just make some money?" And it was interesting because I keep my phone on silent. And so now I'm gonna keep my phone on, and I want to hear the sound of money all week. So next week, I'm expecting to hear my phone go off. And so just sit down and take time to reflect and expect. So if you're prone to forgetting anniversaries, birthdays, special occasions, planning is an absolute necessity. While planning takes a little more time, when you have to do things at the last minute, you pay extra. You pay extra in your time, you pay extra in money. Those last minute things cost last minute money, last minute shipping and handling, express. That's when those things happen, when it's last minute. And so I like to start my planning with my birthday and anniversary calendar. And these are located in the back of your Strategic Sunday journal. And it's also listed as a separate file in the portal. And so I like to start here because if you have a friend or family member's birthday that's coming up this week and you forgot about it, it can affect your weekly calendar as well as your budget. If you forgot it was your friend's birthday this weekend and she's having a party, or he, and now you need an outfit, now you need to get your hair done, now you need to buy a gift, now it's 60 miles away from where you live and you have to spend that on gas and you haven't accounted for that. So and maybe they decide not to have a birthday party, but at least hey, it's a possibility that this person might be having something and I want to be ready and I want to have my budget together and I want to have my calendar clear. Or you might have to send a message, hey, I know it's your birthday this weekend. What you doing? You want to go out to dinner? So planning that to me first will help you with the week. So here's some tips. Buy your birthday cards, gift cards, and bags in advance. Buy small gifts in advance, like Starbucks gift cards. Bath and Body Works has like little lotions and oils that you could keep, at home. Have a subscription service to a greeting card company that can ship birthday cards for you in advance. Now, as far as our planner, I like to print my planner because I feel like it's a form of therapy for me also. I like to print, I like to write, I like to sit and plan my week. I put my music on, just like I'm telling you guys, I put my music on, I have the fireplace going and I plan my week. And so you can also take this same form and you can upload it into your Good Notes app if you have an iPad, and you could do it electronically if you want to do it like that. So on your planner, there is a space to put this week's goals, this week's priorities, your personal to-do list, your habit trackers at the bottom. So for my habit tracker for this week, I have to drink more water, to get on a treadmill. I've also been working on my face routine, try to do my face to get it cleared up. You have a place for your personal to-do list. And so, yes, that should keep you very organized for the week. Also, and I know this could seem like a lot, but it's a lot when it doesn't happen. So as far as balancing out, your health and fitness, do you have any doctor's appointments this week? Do you need to schedule your gym time? Do you need to schedule your self-care, whether it's a massage or the chiropractor? Do you need to do some mindful practice or some prayer? Do you need to set aside time for that? Do you need some time alone? Sometimes you just need to sit by yourself and find some time to be alone. And then your weekly tasks. I like to review. I keep my vision board in my office. I used to keep it at our house. We have our vision boards out in the hallway upstairs, but now I'm keeping my vision board in my office so I can review it daily. You could also review your personal mission statement if you have it. If you have a business and you have an XYZ statement, reviewing your goals weekly, taking a look at your projects, reflect on your achievements. Also checking the weather. I know depends on where you live. Like I'm in California, it's raining right now. It usually never rains. But when you check in the weather, you're planning your outfits for the following week. What kind of errands do you need to make? What about car maintenance? What about washing your car, personal shopping, household supplies, things like that? And again, once you have your list ready, the goal is to make the list. You may not have to always go and get those things. So in our kitchen, I have my weekly plan of what I plan on making for the week to eat. And then on the side, there's a grocery list. And so as we run out of things, I write it. We run out of sugar, I write it. We run low on Cascade, I write it. So that way, if my daughter's going to the store, my husband's going to the store, all they need to do is take a picture of it and go get those items too. And so it's in a space where everybody can see it. But if they don't know, now you're like, oh, I'm washing dishes, we ran out of Cascade. Now you stop it, you go to the store, you're coming back. That right there can take an hour. So not spending an hour or an hour and a half to plan your week and plan your schedule and plan your errands could end up costing you maybe 5 to 10 hours during the week, right? Relationships. Think about 5 to 10 people to text next week that you want to check in. Prep your birthday cards. If you have some people on your list, it's their birthday, prep them now and then pop them in the mail. Planning your family activities, scheduling your catch-ups with friends and family. Cleaning. So your house might need cleaning, your laundry might need done, there may be home maintenance. You can either do these things or you still have an opportunity to outsource these things. Maybe you have a housekeeper that comes in once a week that you need to schedule. Self-care, scheduling your manicures, your pedicures, your haircuts, girls, if you're doing the lashes and the brows and the beard maintenance for the men. And so you want to allocate time for that. Allocate time for your self-care. Fun and recreational, putting those fun things. That is a hard thing for me, is to put fun on the calendar because I ain't got time for fun. I got stuff to do. I got things to create. I have things that I'm looking forward to, but I have to make time for fun. So that is a balance worksheet. Let me write this down so I can put this. I don't think that is in the portal. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in, make a note to put that in the portal today. I love this calendar every day. Celebrate every day calendar. You can get it on their website. I got to get the link for you. You also can get it on Amazon, and it kind of lists things like National Dog Month. Like next month is Black History Month. Next month is, so there's there's Valentine's Day. So you want to keep these special days on your calendar so you don't miss them. Don't say you're going to work for somebody and you forget that it's Valentine's Day and you marry, now you're in trouble. So this is the time to pre-plan and know what's on that calendar, and so you stay ahead. So I love this calendar. It kind of gives you some fun things. And I'm going to put the link at the bottom of this video too. Now your budget, making sure I create my monthly budget, but then I also go back and look at the weekly budget, because you got to remember your auto pays, if you have a business and things are coming out. So reviewing your monthly bills and seeing what's due next week, and then take a brief look on what's due the following week so that you are on top of things. Inside of your planner, you also have a space for your monthly budget, and then weekly, you have a space for your weekly bills to write them out. Again, I use the Every Dollar app. There's all kind of apps that you use for your monthly budget. I like to physically write because, again, that is therapeutic for me. But I'm sharing how I plan my week. Now, meal planning. The benefits of meal planning, usually you can eat healthier if you had an opportunity to plan. It reduces waste. You cut costs. You save a lot of time. You eliminate stress. If you already know what you're cooking, you already have it ready. Um, you could buy it at a better price, hopefully. I had a friend before, she would make her meals based on the sales. What are you having next week? I don't know, whatever's on sale. And so she would get the sales paper and what was on sale, that's how she would make her menu. Um, I don't plan like that, but there's all kind of ways you could do your meal planning. I use emails. I like emails. It's not a delivery service. It's more of a planning service. And because I eat the same things, I like it because it gives me variety of things to cook. And I usually do that for my husband, and I still eat the same things. There's things Hello Fresh, there's Blue Apron, there's Butcher Box, there's Home Chef. There's also Just Meats. I was going to order from them, but I found that it was a little more expensive than I felt it was worth. But I don't know. But Just Meats, they have a subscription service where it's just the meat, and they have all sorts of meats. Pulled pork, beef, chicken, and then all you have to do is add the sides and veggies. And so that might be good for you. It might be a good. So there's all kind of meal planning service. I know there's Factor. I think it's Factor for those of you who are doing keto plans. And here's a routine also, like Meatless Monday or Taco Tuesday. You don't know what kind of tacos you're having, but every Tuesday it's going to be tacos. I am starting to do something on Wednesdays, and so I need to have an easy. So I may need to change my crock pot Thursday to my crock pot Wednesday to make sure that food is ready when I get home, so I can go right on my call. Salad Saturday. Maybe you forget to have your greens on the weekend, and every Saturday, no matter what, I'm having a salad. And so you can either put your meal plans together, or you could put a meal routine together, knowing that every Wednesday I'm having this, every Thursday I'm having this, every Friday we're eating out. I think for us, Fast Food Friday, we've been going to Stonefire because I've been so busy during the week, and I normally don't eat out. But that's been helpful because I don't have to wash dishes, I don't have to cook food. It's done. I go pick it up, and I come home, and it's done. So whatever works for you and your family, your lifestyle. Now, goal setting. Inside of your portal, you also have a PDF version of your 2024 goals journal. And how we do this, like right now, our monthly focus is health and fitness. And then we have a strategy timeline. So for your goals, this is 21. So now you should be creating your weekly planning and yearly routines for your health goals. We started off by writing our goals in the beginning of the week. Then we started researching the books and magazines and websites that we needed to support those goals. And then we started writing out our health and fitness affirmations. And now we are creating our routine. So maybe it's Fitness Friday, it's Walking Out Wednesday, it's Water Wednesday, it's I'm getting on the treadmill every day for 30 minutes. So now you want to write out your routines so it becomes automatic when it comes to your health and fitness goals. And then creating your vision board. Now that could be your vision board, or it could be your health and fitness vision board only. What I used to do was do a 8.5 by 11 vision board in Canva, print it out in color, and put it in a frame, a picture frame. And for the month of January, and I'm working on my health and fitness goals, I can look at that photo and have a visual of what I want to achieve with my health and fitness goals. All right. And then 28 through 30, if you want to celebrate your success. And so this is our goal setting routine that we follow in the Goal Setters Club in the one year success program. So this is our goal routines that we do as a guide. This is not a calendar. This is where you put those things we talked about. And so as you go through the year, we build on our routines. So right now you should be incorporating your fitness routines in here. When next month happens, you should have your fitness routines, and then you should be incorporating your relationship routines. All right. And then creating a daily routine. What is it that you do daily? Are you taking your daily vitamins? You're drinking a certain amount of water. Are you running daily? Are you reading daily? And so once you get those daily routines, just put them in your planner and make that time for those. And then what is your morning routine? Do you do a devotional every morning? I make green smoothie every morning, or my husband makes it. Do you sleep in late? Do you have a face routine? Are you drinking coffee? Are you out on your porch? Are you walking the dog? So once you get your morning routines together, get your evening routines together, and then it becomes more like clockwork instead of work. Weekend routine. What's your weekend routine? My weekend routine, I wash every weekend, put all my clothes together that I'm going to wear. I usually wear a uniform. So I have my Coach Sherea t-shirts. I wash them. I have different colors and I put those away. I have my jeans. I put those up. And so I have my uniform that I know that I'm going to wear every day. And then I have my other clothes that if I just feel like I'm not going to wear that. So I put my outfits together during the weekend. I don't do meal prep because I don't like the refrigerator taste of a pre-prep meal. That's just me. But I do prep other things. Like I may prep my rice, or I may prep a big pot of green beans, or I may prep green smoothie. I may prep juice. Or my salad, washing my salad, cooking my eggs, cooking my chicken, getting the things ready for my salad. So I'll prep those things, but I don't pre-cook like 7 pieces of chicken and all the vegetables. I personally don't like the taste. Washing my car. So keeping your weekend routine, getting your things in order. And then what books are you reading? You know, get that on your calendar. I'm a part of 4 book clubs. So we're reading like 4 different books at one time. And so one of my book clubs, we read 10 pages a day. We also have we also review it. There's other book clubs that I'm a part of that we only review once a month. We have the speaker of that book that we're reading come and share, and we kind of summarize the book. And so I have stacks of books that I read for the month, books that I'm reading for the year, books that I read for my book club. And I have my books organized in categories from, Christianity to health and fitness and motivational books. I read mostly self-help personal development books, but I have them organized, and I have other books throughout the house, book trees and stuff like that. But try to make it a point to maybe read at least 30 minutes a day, maybe 10 minutes a day, listen to an audible, especially based on whatever goals that you want to reach. So if we're doing health and fitness goals and you are thinking about the keto diet and you're thinking about intermittent fasting, find a book on that. That way it would help you reach that goal. Now, tips: making room for your goals for next week. If you have something that you're not normally accustomed to doing, make room for it. Make room for the treadmill, make room for your jump rope, make room for your juicing. So if you're starting a new diet, maybe you need a new lunch pail, maybe you need a new water bottle. So make room for the things that you say you want. Otherwise, you will not achieve it. Visualize how you want next week to be. Create a playlist. I have a playlist when I'm working on my goals. So when I'm done with this, I'm going to sit back down. I worked on mine yesterday, my weekly planning. And then I'm going to go back after this call and finish up my meal plan. I worked my meal plan yesterday. I'm going to finalize it and get my grocery list and send my husband to the store to get all the stuff. Don't tell him. So yeah, you can get that honey-do list together and have your significant other go and get that stuff for you. And then review your vision board. Review it. We do a vision board party every year, and we keep our vision boards in sight. So make sure you're not going to these parties and having your drinks or whatever you're doing, and then throwing the vision board in the garage or under the bed or in the closet. It's meant to be out so you can see it. It's a working document. And then plan for distractions. If you're doing a new exercise, sometimes you got to plan that you're going to be hurt the next day. I didn't plan for that. When I joined the gym and I had a coach, I'm like, oh, I'm going to go 5 days a week. And then the next day I couldn't get out the bed. And so, yes, still plan. You want to plan your weeks, but then some things may not go as planned, and it's okay. Just keep planning. Don't give up. Some resources. I have a Strategic Sundays playlist on Spotify. I'm gonna put a QR code on here too for next time. But you can go ahead, and I think you can search Sherea Jean's Strategic Sundays on Spotify, and then you'll have access to my playlist. Create your own playlist. Maybe there's certain music that you want to listen to, right? And then digital resources. So there's other things like Monday.com, Asana. I know a lot of people that use Asana. I tried it. I just couldn't get with it. There's Todoist, there's Notion. So there's a lot of electronic or digital calendars, Google calendars. There's a lot of things that you can use. Again, I personally like to write. It's a therapeutic moment. It's an opportunity for me to sit with myself, use my hands, use my skills, use my fingers, use my brain a little bit. So that's it, you guys. Thank you for joining me. Remember, it wasn't raining when Noah built the ark. So if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. The goal is to plan ahead and to plan ahead so your calendar is not taking over, that you are taking over your calendar. All right. So thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you next Sunday for Strategic Sundays with Coach Sherea. Oh, let me see if there's any comments. Hold on. All right. Yeah, I don't see any comments. All right, you guys. I will see you next week.